Hello, this is Jane Goodall. I wish it was possible for me to be with you in person, but at least I'm delighted to be able to share a few words with you electronically, as it were. Right now, as you all know only too well, planet Earth is under threat, and it's due to human activities. The two main threats, existential threats, are inextricably connected, and that is climate change and biodiversity loss. I've been lucky enough to spend a great deal of time in nature in many parts of the world, watching and learning about the amazing animals in different habitats, especially, of course, chimpanzees in the forests of Africa. And I've been privileged to be counted as a friend by many indigenous people in Africa, North and South America, and Asia. And I've also met so many incredible people who are fighting to save the natural world. And because I've lived for almost 90 years, I've been witness to the harm that we've inflicted on our beautiful planet. It's so important for people to understand that not only are we part of the natural world, but we depend on it for food, water, air, everything. But we depend on healthy ecosystems, each one comprised of a complex, interconnected mix of plant and animal species, each species with a role to play. I see it as a beautiful living tapestry. Every time a species vanishes from that ecosystem, a thread is pulled from the tapestry, and if enough threads are pulled, the tapestry will hang in tatters and the ecosystem will collapse. And this is happening. The beautiful forests, savannas, wetlands, coral reefs, and all the other habitats are being destroyed or degraded. Industrial farming with its GMOs, monocultures, and dependence on chemical pesticides and herbicides is very harmful to biodiversity. Moreover, it's killing the multitude of organisms that make up healthy soil, so that increasing amounts of artificial fertilizer are needed. And the runoff from this, along with other agricultural, industrial, and household waste, is polluting rivers and oceans. Algal blooms lead to dead zones that lead to the death of many fish. And this is in addition to the overfishing, the entanglement of many marine animals in drift nets and abandoned fishing gear. And of course, there's the problem of plastic waste and other pollutants. As the planet warms, weather patterns, we all know, are changing. Worsening storms, floods, droughts, heat waves, and wildfires are resulting in horrific animal and human suffering. And sadly, it's the poor people, especially in developing countries, who, along with indigenous peoples, bear the brunt of all this. The unsustainable lifestyles of so many of us place unrealistic demands on Earth's finite natural resources, especially disastrous in a world of growing populations of humans and our livestock. Those in poverty sometimes harm the environment too, and that's in their effort to survive. They cut down trees to create more land for growing food or to make money from charcoal or timber. Others contribute to the illegal bushmeat trade, the commercial hunting of wild animals that's leading many to the brink of extinction. And they do this to make some money. And also there are more people, poor people, working in the illegal animal trafficking, selling animals that they've captured to the wildlife trade. And this is why it's so important to work with local communities, to help them find ways of making a living without harming their environment. And we need to embrace the knowledge of indigenous peoples who've been guardians of the land for generations. Clearly, we need a new mindset, an understanding that there can't be unlimited economic development, not if we carry on with business as usual, because this is making unsustainable demands on the planet's finite natural resources. Fortunately, awareness is growing. More people are realizing the need to take action and coming up with solutions to heal some of the harm that we've inflicted. Working to protect and restore ecosystems, working towards a circular economy, working to reduce waste, working to develop renewable energy. We're beginning to realize the important role of small family farms, embracing regenerative farming, permaculture, agroforestry, and so on, working with and not against nature. And decision makers are finally listening to the voices of Indigenous people and working with them and with local communities to protect biodiversity. This is something the Jane Goodall Institute began in the late 1980s, and our method of community-led conservation is now successful in 7 African countries, because the people understand that protecting the environment isn't only to protect wildlife, but their own future. We also have a program, Roots and Shoots, for young people of all ages to work on projects of their choice to make a better world for people, for animals, and for the environment, because all of this is interconnected. I understand that the Climate Investment Funds, CIF, recognizes the interdependence between land use, climate change, and people, and it's championing this cause using their proven model through the Nature, People and Climate Investment Program and the dedicated grant mechanism for Indigenous peoples and local communities, a program that I've been supporting since I first heard about it. For nearly 15 years, CIF has financed solutions that are changing millions of lives in developing nations, and I understand that their new program will build on this knowledge to tackle the challenges facing nature and also facing our future. For a scary thought though it may be, humans are not exempt from extinction. But working together, we can deliver real change on massive scale. I hope that you'll join me in understanding the importance of this work. Thank you so much.